See, what is the importance of equity research? Why there is so much of, why Motilal Oswal stresses on research? You know, one of the things is that investing is very simple. Investing is about value-price gap. Price and value. Most of the people don't know difference between price and value. Everybody thinks it's one and the same. No. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. So there is a fundamental difference between price and value. Price is known to everybody. Stock price is quoted on your phone by the second, nanoseconds. But nobody knows the value and nobody tells you the value. There is no organized way to know the value. And if you don't know the value, then how do you justify the price? Except for saying that this price is higher than yesterday's price or lower than yesterday's price. There is no third dialogue. The moment you know the value, you have something, you are talking some sense. Say if you're buying a piece of gold, if you're buying 10 carats of gold, 10 grams of gold, you know what is the underlying value. So if it is 85,000 rupees, you know 85,000 rupees. Now, are you getting 86,000 rupees? Are you getting 87,000 rupees? You will be able to judge whether you are hitting a good deal or not. But knowing the underlying value is very important. Equity research is the thing which allows you to understand the approximately. Value is never known. Price is very deterministic. I mean, you say 80 rupees, 90 rupees, 220 rupees. So price is very definitive number. But value is very approximate. I mean, a company is worth 1,000 crores, 4,000 crores, like Motilal Oswal is worth 35,000 crores. Few months back it was quoted 50,000 crores. So the price keeps fluctuating, but value of the company has approximation in the sense that there will be a band. The company is good between, say, 30 to 40,000 crores, 30 to 35,000 crores. So that kind of a value estimate you get by way of research. When you look at the company's current profitability, current asset base, what is going to be the future outlook, what is the kind of competition it has. So all those things, the story of the company and the future story of the company, that has to be done by way of research. When you have done the research of the company, I mean, of course, the entrepreneur who has built the company, he knows about it, but he is not the guy who is catering to the masses. The persons who are catering to the masses are researchers, working for sell side, buy side, private equity, all over, everybody is, even the fund manager researcher. So those guys, they are catering to the worldwide fund management. Why equity profession is male dominated? Women are expected to be homemakers and all sorts of things, but basically not money makers. So somebody has to break that thing and take a view and saying that I want to be making my own money, billions and billions. So that historic gender bias is there in terms of homemaking, lack of female role models. I think one of the worst things in the world is that there is no very successful female, rich lady who has actually made it on her own. Like there is a George Soros, there is a Buffett, there is a whole lot of things are there, guys are there. But there are very few successful women in finance field worldwide, not only in India. So in fact, India is throwing quite a few names now. I mean, I can see Devina Mehra, she just wrote a book and she's a first global lady. In fact, we had invited her, but she's busy in something else. So we are seeing some of these characters coming out and dominating and leading from the front and building even financial empires. So, but then global role models are not there as many. Then I think probably the aggressive nature of the job, where in the job there is a lot of intensity, because if there is a public issue coming in, there will be like 18 hours work, 16 hours work, or if you are going on road show, you are taking a company, then in a day you are making 8-10 meetings. So it is little hard working, and maybe that is keeping the women away from this particular job. Or the personal issues. I mean, I have seen a lot of personal issues like marriages is one of the biggest thing in India, or maybe worldwide, that you have to move along with the husband's job profile and their movement, or maternity leave, and those kind of things break the career, and then they never come back. Once they are there till the kid comes, you are there in the career, and then after that they never come back. Somehow they don't come back. So those issues were also there. But what it takes to become a buffet, what is most important is what it comes, and there is nothing which can stop a man or a woman from becoming a buffet. As I was saying, one of the most important things, do you have ambition to become a buffet? If you don't have ambition to become buffet, then you can't become buffet. Whether it is in your head or my head or somebody else's head, that is very important. That is the first starting point. Do you have ambition to become a buffet? Do you want to become a multi-billion-dollar woman? Do you want to fly your own private plane? I see very few women or girls who have a game plan. That way, I have met very few guys also with a game plan, but less so from the female side. Nobody knows compounding, neither the guys nor the girls. So one must know compounding because it is not so difficult to become rich. Particularly if you're starting young, if you understand power of compounding. And I think we are taking special classes in Motilal Oswal Tower to teach you power of compounding. And you will find that this teaching about the compounding looks to be simple and probably very elementary. But I have gone to IITs, I have gone to Harvards, nobody knows compounding. And that's the greatest advantage you have. And men, women, nobody knows compounding. They cannot do mentally, they can do on calculator. But if you do on calculator, calculator doesn't get into your head. If you are meeting a company, if you are setting your own target, you want to reach here in these many years, at what rate can I reach there? You need compounding because the whole world is compounding. The universe is compounding every minute. So please learn compounding, and to make money in the stock market, you need three things: vision, courage, and patience. And I believe patience, the higher patience is with the women. So this profession is actually far more suited for you all, but all the guys, they are dominating it. So that's a great opportunity for all of you. So, and there is no virtually entry barriers. There is no entry barriers. Industry in India is expanding at 20%. AUM is expanding 20%. The number of investors are expanding by 20-25%. So the whole damn place is exploding. Employers are encouraging gender diversity, and it's not a lip service. It is there. We are looking for girls who would like to be research analysts. So everybody is waiting for you all to come. It's just that you are not coming. And technology is making life so much easier to work from anywhere, So that earlier break that you have to come physically here, even that is not there. Are you determined? Are you looking for a job which allows you all this flexibility? So it is possible so long as you have ambition and you have determination and discipline and a plan to reach there. So to sum it up, equity markets are a huge opportunity. Male domination is a challenge but can be overcome without any problem. Actually, this male domination is only in the essays, but not actually in the real world. And through ambition, determination, discipline, you too can be Buffett. Thank you.
So we're here today with the legends. We've got Manisha Girotra, Lakshmi Iyer, and today we feel like we're in majority with Ramdev sir here, right? And of course, all of you lovely ladies as well. So Manisha, let me start off with you. Thank you for taking time out and making it today. You were one of the youngest investment bankers, women, back in the day at UBS. What was the journey like?
Hi everyone, so nice to see so many women in the audience, actually all women, this is great. So as you said, when I started, I was just probably the only woman in most boardrooms, in most meetings. Almost my legitimacy in those rooms was questioned, right, as to why am I there? And most times I was mistook to be the secretary. People thought, a lot of it was government offices and government business, and they would say, aap aaye hain, aapke boss kahan hai? And I would be like, wo to main hi hu.
I'm the boss.
They're like, and always invariably the meeting would be in Manisha Girotra's name, and they would say, Manish sir kidhar hai? And it's like, Manish sir to aaye nahi, aaj main hi aayi hu, right? So it really took a lot of courage of conviction to go in there. I now laugh about it, but when you're 27, 28 years old and people are questioning why you're there, it took all my guts to, go in there and say, look, I'm going to do this. And by the way, even in meetings when I went in, nobody would make eye contact, right? Because I'm speaking, but like now I'm speaking to you, but you'll continue to look at Ramdev ji because you know you were like, "Ye kaise balance sheet ke baare mein baat kar rahi hai," right? So it was really hard, right? Because as a young person, you've prepared all night, you know, you've given it your best, you've gone with a good deck to convince people on why it should be UBS or whatever the case may be, and people are not even making eye contact. Forget winning the business, koi dekh hi nahi raha hai tumhe, to business kaise milega, right? So yeah, so it was very challenging, and you know, I think my father encouraged me a lot. He said to me that, look, the men themselves are going through a paradigm shift. They're not used to you coming in and talking in this way. So give them some time. You know, it's a readjustment. And you know, when you're challenging the norm, it is tough, right? You're challenging the status quo. You're challenging everyone's version of what a woman should be, right? Which is, you should be at home, cooking, barefoot pregnant in the kitchen, as they used to say. You're challenging all of that. So it's going to be hard, and you know, it's not for the weak-hearted. So don't come home whining every day. If you want to do this and you love doing what you're doing, what you're saying, then go out there, take it on your chin every day, and someday it'll get better.
Ramdevji, for creating this institution, and you started when 87, when most of us were not born and we were toddlers. But how has your journey been in observing where women have grown back in 87, where I'm sure there was no one in the market? Was there any woman in the market in 87 when you started?
No, not. I don't know of any prominent one.
Yeah.
Nobody.
To now, when you see we've got an audience full here at the Motilal Oswal Towers, and there's so many women who are aspiring to become maybe a Buffett.
Yeah. So when I started, even chartered accountants were not in the stock market. It was, if you're a chartered accountant, you're not supposed to be in the stock market. You're supposed to be in income tax office or you're in auditing team somewhere, but not in the stock market. So I think things change, and I firmly believe that stock market is a one fantastic place where women can really excel. I mean, not all, but definitely there are as she's saying that in all the boards, girls are making kind of a top of the charts. I don't see any reason. It is not a physical work. It is just a mental work. You have to read some books. You have to read some research report. You have to go and meet the management. Companies are dying to hire you all. Really dying to. I know in my company, every board is asking where is the gender diversity and how you manage and things like that. I mean, we feel very bad that there are no girls in, and what happens is if there are 50 analyst team and there is one or two girls, the girls come and tell me whom should they talk to? Because there is not enough girls in the system. So it is not a very nurturing ground for the lot of girls to come in that place because they can't find enough colleagues. But I don't see that, not only in India, world over. I don't see, for some reason I don't see female ambitioned girls trying to become multi-billion-dollar women. I don't see that.
Lakshmi, why do you think that is the case? Do women don't feel that they can do it? Or is it more like money making is a man's thing?
You know, Aisha, women are like Lord Hanuman. They have to be told that you have this innate strength which you need to invoke. Hanuman, also being God, had to be told that, you know, this is not your full potential. You have to manifest your full potential. And therefore, I always believe that having somebody, even outside the workplace, to, you know, kind of nudge you towards it, you call it mentorship, you call it allyship, whatever it is in the workplace, but having somebody to tell you that is so very important. And I very much agree with Ramdevji. When I went to Geneva, and I introduced myself. मेरा तो लक्ष्मी का ही problem था, मनीषा का problem नहीं था. So I said, hi, I'm Lakshmi. And that guy looks at me and says, oh, you're Lakshmi. I said, yeah, why? Is there a problem? He's saying, no, Lakshmi Mittal is a guy. This is exactly what he told me. And so he thought Lakshmi is not fund management and she's not, it cannot be a woman. When I go to Japan, out of 100 people in the room, I am still the only one in Japan. It's even worse. The women to male ratio in the financial services in investment management is pathetic. We are one shade better than pathetic, I would say. So, andhe mein kana raja hota hai. So, I would say that way we are better off, but we are still one-eyed man in the land of the blind. So, I think it's all about invoking yourself, and I would say it takes two to tango. It's not just the ecosystem to blame. I would say that creating or removing your own mental block. When you say that this is a barrier, I would say remove the barrier and set your own benchmark. And who is stopping you from setting your benchmark? Nobody. Barrier bhi B se shuru hota hai, benchmark bhi B se shuru hota hai. It depends on which word you choose. That's important.
That's so true. A huge round of applause for that. But Manisha, do you think women and their own psychology stops them? Or, like Lakshmi said, it takes two to tango. And the two here is not just your boss, it's your family, it's your in-laws, the entire ecosystem around you, who also needs to give you those wings to fly. That, you know what, I'm here to look after the kid. I'm here to look out of the house if you need to travel someday.
So, when hearing Ramdev ji is like hearing music, because when he says, "Kyun nahi aati hain women," that's amazing because he actually thinks like that. And I was telling you that before. It's so heartening to hear men who are like, "Why can't women come? This is so easy. Kitabein padhni hai aaj." But the point is, it's not like that for us, because for you and me, and I think less for your generation, the patriarchal mindset at home is just so all-consuming. My first report card, Ramdev ji, even today, is that of a mother, a daughter-in-law. And if I fail on that, and I may be a great working woman, it doesn't stack up. I have to be first good at being a mom, hosting the best play dates for my daughter, being a good daughter-in-law if in-laws are ill. वो नहीं जाता है, right? As Aisha said, वो नहीं जा सकता है because that is my job. So now, it's not कि मेरे जनून नहीं है. मेरा भी उतना ही जनून है जितना आपका है. मैं भी billionaire बनना चाहती हूँ. But firstly, the system, it punishes me for having that ambition. It's like, why are you talking about this ambition when you should be talking about how you want to be a perfect caregiver? So I'm apologetic about my ambition. I am doing it despite the ecosystem, not with the ecosystem.
Swati Kulkarni, who is the first women fund manager at UTI Mutual Fund.